I'm back from my short break. Sorry about that. Okay, so fourth game I wanted to stream today was Ikaruga, which is one of my all-time favorite ship games, shooter games, shmup games, whatever you want to call them. So I'm a big fan of the genre. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and turn down the volume more. Turn that down for a bit. Okay. Okay. What are those settings at? Okay, yeah, it was set to free play. That's right. Okay, so hopefully for the next hour or so, I'll be playing this. Alrighty. Hopefully everything's coming in okay. Soundtrack is so awesome for this game. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's crazy. One of my friends showed me this guy. He was playing the actual arcade version of the game using both sticks to control both of the separate pilots. Because you can co-op this campaign with two people. So yeah, crazy stuff. It's all a memory game because the patterns don't change no matter how often you play the game. I certainly don't think I have the memory capacity for something like on that grand of a scale. And it is kind of coming in laggy. I might have to go fuck around with the settings here in a minute. It's kind of bad on my end too, so yeah, I'm gonna go mess around with the settings and then try to restart this. God, and I'm on low settings too. Ugh, jeez. I don't know if the wallpaper being on or off would affect frame rate at all. Try it without the wallpaper, because typically the one that I played this on the most was I played this back on the GameCube. I actually have the GameCube version of this, and let me drop that down a bit. That might help out too. Again, like this game system, when I play games on this, it does not like high resolution shit. I'm already seeing a huge stream improvement on my end, at least. I was trying very hard to get to the free play in the GameCube version, because it's a pain in the ass. The GameCube version, you have to put in, I think it's like 8 hours to unlock free play. And that's insane. I was trying so hard to do it. I was trying like every morning. I was getting up and trying to play the game to see how far I could get and how much time I could sink into it so I could unlock the free play ability. Thankfully, with this version, the Steam version, it's unlocked right off the bat, so you don't have to worry about it. Damn, saw that coming. Dadgum. So it was actually kind of cool. I don't know if I think I may have mentioned this in another video or something. I'm sure I said something about it somewhere down the line. I did not know that there was a predecessor to this game called Radiant Silvergun. And the very first time I ever got to play Radiant Silvergun was we had an arcade here in town that actually had the game, believe it or not, an actual arcade cabinet for it. So that was the very first time I ever got to play Radiant Silvergun. Had no idea prior that that game would exist. So that was actually a really cool experience, honestly, getting to play what essentially became Ikaruga. Damn it. I'll be amazed if I get an hour out of this. I'm sure I could if I try to get through the whole game. And we'll move on to the next one. The fifth and final part. And yes, I confirmed it with my brother. We are going to do the after-hours stream after I'm done streaming up here, and that'll be later this evening. So I will go and post on my usual sites, you know, and try to spread awareness that we'll be streaming Blockstorm. And Blockstorm, I did practice stream, so there shouldn't be too bad of a frame delay. That one I actually did make an effort to try, at least, and stream. From now on, I think I will do practice streams on the next games that I will be streaming for next month. Or if it comes down to it, I might actually just be doing straight PS4 stuff. I'm actually really glad I bought Ikaruga on GameCube when I did, because I know, especially with GameCube stuff, it is really hard nowadays to get physical copies of stuff, because the GameCube disc, much like the PSP UMDs, were extremely fragile. I bought I bought Ikaruga for about $40. It's probably the most I've ever spent on a used video game, aside from my copy of Castlevania Bloodlines for Genesis. And it was money well spent. Like, I absolutely love this game, and so when I saw that it was being greenlit for Steam, I was ecstatic. I was like, that is like the best thing they could ever do. But yeah, most I've ever paid, probably for any GameCube game that I currently have in my collection. I'm very much, it's not that I'm cheap, it's just I like to get as much bang for my buck. I'm not one of those ones, unless it's something new. Even then, I still have my quarrels about it, you know, because if it's not going to hold my attention like freaking Street Fighter V didn't, it almost feels kind of dumb, you know, spending $60 on something. So I typically don't like to spend, you know, $40 for just an older game. I know some of those games are worth a ton, you know, mega truckload, as opposed to some games that are on the market, you know, but I'd much rather get more bang for my buck and just spend, you know, freaking 50 and get, you know, 10 games, as opposed to, you know, getting just one. That's the only unfortunate thing about being like really into the retro stuff like I am. It's really hard nowadays to get the physical media. And as you could probably tell, I'm not like a super connoisseur at this game. I don't claim to be like super uber awesome. I wish I was godlike enough to do some of that video, like just where I can memorize the game so well enough that I could do like 2-player mode and be awesome at it. Oy, 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 oy. This level. So, typically, my valiant efforts to play without free play, this is where the trial usually ends, as I get up to this stage. So, not gonna lie, I've actually not seen past this stage, because I was very on and off, and this is as far as I could ever get up with the amount of credits that the GameCube version gave me. How I didn't die during that is absolutely beyond me. I know I have free play. I don't know why I'm shaking my head. I could die as many times as I want, but I at least want to try to act like I'm good. So much for fighting the sub-boss. As you can tell, strategy's going out the window. I don't... It's... Sure, there's a bunch of people who've played this in the arcade who are freaking, you know, just turning in their chairs right now. Like, oh my god, this guy can't play this game for shit. I love it. As far as I ever get in the GameCube version. No, actually, I think I actually finally did get up to this point on the GameCube version, because I remember this. And remember it being freaking chaos, like I'm seeing now. Boy, boy. As I continue 20 times later. You know, playing this is actually giving me an idea for the next month's stream that I might actually play. We'll have to wait and see, though. Yeah, because I'll probably set up the list for the next stream, or the next extra live stream, probably after this. This is such a cheese way to, you know, kill bosses. It still gives you the achievement though, so I guess I'm not really complaining. Oh, hi. Damn it. I'm actually trying to read the text that flashes. I supposed to do? To survive? It's not letting me do nothing. Just let me switch back and forth between the polarities. Huh. Well, that was certainly interesting. Oh, man. Did not expect that to go the way that it did. Oh. Okay. Well, I had to kind of look that up for myself because I wasn't sure if there was supposed to be like another ending if you perform better. Apparently not. Apparently that's how the game always ends. Huh. Able to select final chapter. Able to select appendix. Hmm. That's cool. Gallery. Yeah. Gallery. And then you get the soundtrack to the game. Hmm. Okay. Well, I figured that it would take me just about that amount of time to actually beat it. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end this part. I know it's a little short because I did come back a little later than I had anticipated. But I want to go ahead and finish up the stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and stream the last game. Maybe just finish it up at like 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this part, and then I'll rehost. So that way it's a separate part. Uh, Makes it easier for me to divvy it up on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I will be right back, guys. I will go ahead and get the other part set up.